So, good morning. Watchtower and 607. First of all, what happened when the Jews were deported from Babylon? I'd like to read you Jeremiah 52 and verses 28 to 30, which gives you a very good resume of how they were deported. The number of people deported by Nebuchadnezzar was as follows. In the 7th year, that's the 7th year of Nebuchadnezzar's reign, 3,023 Judeans. In the 18th year of Nebuchadnezzar, 832 persons were deported from Jerusalem. In the 23rd year of Nebuchadnezzar, Nebuzaradan, commander of the guard, deported 745 Judeans, in all 4,600. Now you'll get another account in Chronicles where they give a lot more people, but I suspect these were the important people who were deported. So I've written it out on a sheet of paper for you to look at, and I've got people being deported at various stages. Now, what year will we put on each of these? So let's start with 537, which nearly everybody agrees on, that 537 was the year when the Jews returned to Jerusalem. Now, Watchtower counts back 70 years, the reason being that God had decreed that they had to be under the dominion of Nebuchadnezzar or the Babylonians for 70 years, and the land had to pay off its Sabbath for 70 years. Now, I just want to have a quick think about Sabbaths for a moment. As you know, the Jews every 7 years had a Sabbath year. That simply meant that they didn't sow seed and have a harvest. They could still eat grapes, figs, whatever grain grew on its own. They had food from the year before. They didn't have to leave the country in order for the land to have a Sabbath. Now, Watchtower believes that the land had to be desolate without any people for there to be 70 years of Sabbath, but I don't believe that's correct. So 70 years going back from 537 comes to, of course, 607. But where will we put 607? You can actually put it where you like. Watchtower decided to put it here, believing that that's when the land of Israel was desolated. But in fact it wasn't, because in the 23rd year of Nebuchadnezzar's reign, further Jews were deported. Let's put 607 here for a moment. It still doesn't fit in with what most historians believe to be Nebuchadnezzar's reign, but let's just think about it. In this year, the Jews came under Babylonian dominion. Although Zedekiah reigned round about here, he was under Babylon and he rebelled, but Babylonians put that rebellion down. So they started serving Babylon here. So, sorry, I just got disturbed by somebody turning up. Where were we? The land was already desolate here because the northern kingdom had been mostly depopulated. The Jews had been deported. Yes, some people had been brought in just to look after the land, but not very many. So there was hardly anybody living there. The land could have its Sabbath. Now, Watchtower has been dogmatic that you have to put 607 here. But can you be dogmatic about anything? No, you can't, because the Bible doesn't give us particular dates. If you look at Matthew 24 and Luke 21, there are no dates there that Jesus gives us. Why not? Because it's not important. Not really. Now, between here and here, between these 4 deportations, you have 20 years. By this year, Israel, the land of Israel, was completely devoid of people. So it took 20 years. Now that fits in with the 20 years that a lot of people believe Watchtower should have made. You know, they say that 1914 should be 1934. I got muddled there. It's very muddling subject. But does it matter? Are you going to disfellowship somebody, cut them off from their family because they want the last days to start in 1934 rather than 1914? Are you going to be that dogmatic and that horrible to people because they prefer a different date for 607? That's horrendous. But are we living in the last days? Well, personally, I think we are. Apart from epidemics, the worst problem this earth is facing is global warming, climate change. The Arctic is suffering badly. The Arctic is pouring out methane and carbon dioxide. Some countries are trying to rein in carbon dioxide production, others are not. We are not going to win the war on this carbon reduction, and we are not going to win the war on climate change. It's not a popular viewpoint. Our only hope is for God to put things right for us. So I believe we're in the last days, and I hope that it gives us hope, because as Jesus said, that when you see these things occur, lift your heads up, know that your deliverance is near. It helps you to endure what you've got to go through. I'm not going to give you a date for Armageddon coming. God will do it whenever it suits him best. But I do believe we might not be in the last days of the last days, but something has got to give soon. I hope you had your coffee before watching this, but thank you so much for putting up with me and all the confusion. Take care, everyone, and God bless.